The TT isn't just any race. It's something that it's in my blood. I just can't keep away from it. Everything is on the line. This year I nearly didn't even make it to the start line.
It's the most fearful race from our point of view, because you send the guys off down Bray Hill and hopefully 17, 18 minutes later, they come back.
2025 was my 15th year competing at the TT. I was pretty pumped and excited for it. We had a plan with the same team, OMG and WTF Racing, was fresh bikes, fresh parts, new truck. But the title sponsor of that team, it fell through, and there was no operating budget to continue in that way. So we managed to sort of utilise everything that was there and use those, but Muc-Off stepped in to kind of back the project, and we made it to the start line. So yeah, it was a tough few months, but it paid off, and if anything, made me more determined to do as good as I could.
I had the bikes. We'd lost our operating budget. We'd far from gone bust. We had assets all around us, but you know, the assets don't buy tyres, fuel, pay staff, pay ferry crossings, and this and the other. And that's what we'd lost with losing our sponsor.
My father used to race, circuit race motorcycles in the 60s. That was his whole background to motorcycles and the TT. Watching it on TV, he never raced at the TT, but we just watched it obsessively my whole childhood. And we're really proud that we could support and step in and help James and the team to be here and to race.
I got the sauce right now. Bust down wrist when I floss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Haters over there, go ahead and pipe down.
Being involved and being here and now seeing the full Muc-Off bike and James's leathers and helmets is a really special experience.
It was nice as well because we've worked together for like over 10 years in various ways with various events, but it's kind of, I almost feel like part of the family with Muc-Off anyway, because of that, the length of that relationship and what we've done in the past. But it was pretty special for them to step up and commit in the way they did. And once the graphics went on the bike and we saw the branding in the pit and stuff, it was it worked well. And I think it always adds a bit of confidence when you're stepping onto a motorcycle or a machine that looks the part and looks fast. It almost adds that little bit extra, you know. It definitely makes a difference, and you know, the Muc-Off bike certainly looked the part. First practice, like, it's a shock to the system when you first ride the bike because they're so fast. You could do millions of laps on short circuits, but nothing quite prepares you for your first few laps of practice at TT. As you progress through practice and into racing, the bike doesn't ever feel slow as such, but your calibration and perception of speed changes quite drastically. So what did feel incredibly fast starts to feel normal, and that's something I quite like about the whole thing as well, is just how your brain adapts and perceives speed. I have to consider her, my wife and my family, but also selfishly I have to also, in a way, not consider them. I have to switch off a little bit to that, but it's obviously not that funny at the time. But when I'm telephoning and ringing her, I know I'm apart from being pissed off that my bike's broken down, you know, no one else knows.
Hello? You okay? Something's blown up. Okay.
Yeah, I certainly appreciate it's not that nice, but I tried to phone as soon as I can because there was a couple of minutes I knew until anyone would know I hadn't made it through the next sector anyway. It's quite funny because I don't ever expect her to answer because she always has her phone on silent and she doesn't really answer unknown numbers anyway, but in that situation then I think generally she does keep it on loud and will answer an unknown number. So it's kind of amusing, but also I appreciate it's very tense, and it's actually something I never see because I'm always out doing my thing and distracted with what I've got going on. She's worrying about that, dealing with the kids, sorting them ice cream or whatever I don't even know what they get up to because I never see it, you know, I'm always out working. You know, people have said since how good a TT it was for me, but it was a good TT. I can't really complain. It was, especially from where we were, you know, from nearly not being there. For sure, it was good to make it back onto the podium in the Supersport race, and I can't, you know, 2 fourths and a sixth is pretty. Isn't a bad week over there. So it certainly keeps us in the limelight for, you know, next year to see what that brings. And mostly I think I've proved to myself, you know, that it was worth the effort to get there. A big thank you to, firstly, Alan Gardner at OMG Racing. He lent the infrastructure really with the bikes and the spares and parts to go racing. Alex and the whole Muc-Off team for their part played in, firstly, making the bike look sick, the help behind the scenes with designing it and bringing it all together with merchandise and bits and pieces. It's been great working with them. And then obviously my team mechanics and crew and my wife. I'm not really going to thank the kids because they're probably a bit more of an inconvenience at times when they're there, but it's all part of the TT journey for us. It's been at times very frustrating, but also very rewarding at the end to achieve what we did. I think was a big credit to everyone involved and every sponsor that's helped us with product and the financial backing to pay the bills and make what happened. So much appreciation and thanks for everyone that's helped, and let's see what next year can bring.